We're going to start looking at some redox reactions, and the first thing I want to emphasize is that this definition overlaps with the standard 4 types of reactions that we've already seen. So it's not that a reaction is either a single displacement or redox, it can be both. And in fact, all single displacement reactions are redox, all combustion reactions are redox, and sometimes we'll see these other two, combination and decomposition, being redox as well. So redox means that you have a reactant that is oxidized and a reactant that is reduced. You always have both. So they're kind of opposite reactions that go together. The reactant that is being oxidized is losing electrons. So reactant oxidized is the one that loses electrons. And that means that its oxidation number increases. Remember, for metals in particular, the charge and the oxidation number are the same. And so if it's losing electrons, its oxidation number is going up. The reactant reduced gains electrons. So its oxidation number decreases. And this is how I remember the definitions, is that reduced and oxidation number is reduced. Those two go together. Now we're going to look at definitions in terms of what a reactant is doing to the other reactant. In other words, the oxidizing agent is oxidizing the other reactant. It itself is being reduced. Okay, and the opposite is true. The reactant that is reducing the other reactant is called the reducing agent. It itself is being oxidized. Let's look at a reaction where we can use these definitions. We're going to look at a combination reaction where two elements are coming together to make a compound, and it is a redox. So let's first assign oxidation numbers. We know our first rule of oxidation numbers is that if an element is by itself, not in a compound, its oxidation number is 0. So the sodium and the chlorine here both have oxidation numbers of 0. But then when we have an ionic compound, if you have an atom that has a charge, in other words, a monoatomic ion, its charge is the same as its oxidation number. So this sodium is +1 and this chlorine is -1. Okay, and so I like to, when I'm deciding what's what, I always look for what's reduced first. If a substance is reduced, it means its oxidation number is reduced or its oxidation number goes down. So what I see here is that the chlorine's oxidation number is decreasing from 0 to -1. So it's the chlorine that is being reduced, and that automatically means that the sodium must be oxidized, but I can check, and yes, surely sodium's oxidation number goes from 0 to +1, so sodium is being oxidized. Okay, and then we asked, what is the oxidizing agent? Well, the oxidizing agent is what is causing the sodium to be oxidized. So it's the chlorine, and then the reducing agent is the sodium. So these always will come out opposite of each other.